Welcome, faculty and staff of Fresno State. And thank you, Dr. Hall, and thank you, Belinda Munoz, for your introductions today. I personally was very touched by how it is that our speeches are going to interweave together who we are as Fresno State today. It's great to see all of you in 2023. I hope you all had a really restful holiday break and a chance to make good memories with those you care about the most. First, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the historic flooding that has affected our entire state. If you have been impacted, please know that Fresno State is here to support you. And please reach out to our leadership so we can connect you to the resources we have available. Challenges like these remind us about the critical importance of community. Considering how we have accomplished so much together, it's comforting to affirm that the success we see at Fresno State depends on our deep commitment to collaboration, to the investments we make in one another, to our cooperative efforts to further the lives of our talented students, and to the exciting ecosystem of our greater Central Valley community, which is our home. That's the theme that I'd like to develop with you today, how our human connections change the lives of those around us, many times with an immediate positive impact that will sustain someone throughout their entire life. And the theme of the power of connections could not come at a more timely moment. Currently, the CSU is experiencing historic enrollment challenges, and funding will now be based on how a CSU campus is able to maintain and grow its enrollment. Enrollment for us at Fresno State is not about abstract numbers. Our North Star has always been our direct and transformative impact we have on our students, their families, and our communities. However, now is the time to showcase how Fresno State's value is found in offering a world-class education, empowering multicultural and diverse students, and creating an ecosystem of success that promotes a sense of community based on real connections, real growth. Indeed, the first connection our students make with Fresno State is usually a staff member. It's a staff member who does this connection. Whether it's Fong Yang and his team out in high schools and community colleges promoting Fresno State, or Kent Ternate and his team connecting with hundreds of our students at Dog Days, or Martina Granados' team, which includes Wendy Nelson's outreach, connecting with our Valley families, the first phase our Fresno State future students see is that of a staff member who engages, number one, number two, answers questions, and number three, provides a concrete pathway for our students to see themselves as Fresno State students. And once they are at Fresno State, each friendly and helpful interaction builds a sense of belonging in our campus. Whether it's our professional staff in financial aid, exploring resources, or our academic advisors exploring majors and classes, being aware of the power of our words through which we connect with others and with each other allows us to create a culture of retention, belonging, and thriving at Fresno State for our students and also for ourselves here. Our connections with one another and with our students form the pulsating heartbeat of student satisfaction and retention, and, of course, staff and faculty satisfaction and retention. And in regards to the classroom, during my years as a professor here, I saw firsthand how my faith, my personal faith in my students, which I conveyed directly and intentionally to them, created in them a sense of belonging and fostered in them a sense of security they needed to excel in the subject matter. I still remember a student who said to me, "I graduated because you believed in me." So let's explore this theme of connections by considering the process of our strategic plan. This new strategic plan will connect resources to initiatives, money to real action. It translates to that. And coordinate our efforts to accomplish concrete goals. Remember, concrete goals that will map what? A path for Fresno State to be on the road for innovation. I want to thank our steering committee for their thoughtful leadership and dedication to this work. Since August, they have organized town halls and sent surveys, resulting in feedback from over 1,000, I'm going to say that again, 1,100 students, faculty, staff, and community members. That's really unprecedented. This input assisted the committee in identifying key priorities and goals for our greater campus to consider throughout the strategic planning process. Additionally, a guiding statement subcommittee led by Dr. Thomas Holyoke with members from our campus community reviewed and updated the university's core values, mission, and vision statements. These draft statements, remember that, that's the key word, have been crafted to reflect our collective values and convey what makes Fresno State attractive and distinct. Your input, that's why they're draft, remember, at this week's town halls will be instrumental as we refine our strategic planning goals, core values, mission, and vision statements. They're going to be yours because you will have direct feedback on these. So I look forward to connecting with you in the town halls and really hearing your ideas. This spring, I will also form subcommittees with all of you here in the audience and staff and faculty with the goals of defining the measurable objectives for each of the categories. By fall 2023, collectively together, we will unveil our new 5-year strategic plan that reflects us, who we are at Fresno State. 2 new members of my cabinet will be essential to our strategic plan. I am thrilled to announce Dr. Rashonda Booker, our first ever University Diversity Officer. Applause at the beginning, that's great. Dr. Booker, why don't you stand up so we can all see you? There she is. Dr. Booker's extensive background in student affairs, admissions, fraternity and sorority life, career services, and recruitment provide her a solid framework from which to forge a culture that celebrates our diversity, where we highlight the tapestry of our region's people, their history, our past and current struggles, and contributions of so many that make this valley a place we all call home. Dr. Booker has a doctorate degree in educational leadership, research, and counseling from Louisiana State University. Again, please give Dr. Booker a round of applause. And Dr. Kent Willis, our new, another applause at the beginning. Dr. He's our new Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. Dr. Willis holds a PhD in Educational Management from Hampton University, one of the nation's preeminent historically Black colleges and universities. Dr. Willis is well published in college and career readiness, closing achievement gaps, school-based wellness, and education policy. Dr. Willis is focused on creating engaging and transformative educational experiences to inspire lifelong learning, authentic leadership, and independent scholarship. And here's a note about Dr. Willis, which showcases his commitment to us. He told us during his interview that he's had a subscription to the Fresno Bee since he first applied for the job 8 months ago. Okay? Again, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you very much. Of course, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Carolyn Kuhn, our former Vice President of Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. Those of you who had the privilege of working closely with Dr. Kuhn can attest to her thoughtfulness, unwavering dedication to our students, wit, we cannot forget the wit, and steady and resolved leadership. Dr. Kuhn, I'm sure, is savoring her retirement. So as we look to new beginnings, we lead with the insight gained from past challenges. which reinforce the importance of coming together and connecting with one another. That is our theme for today. Often I'm reminded of the smaller, more personal moments that drive our culture of belonging and sense of community on campus. Did you know that studies show that the stronger the student's sense of belonging at the university, the better the chance they will stay in school and ultimately earn a degree? Indeed, being able to articulate the following: I belong to Fresno State, and Fresno State belongs to me, provides our students the fortitude needed to finish their degree. In order to enhance direct lines of communication within our campus, I am officially opening a connection booth on campus this semester. That's right, my own booth. Your own booth. I plan to be at the booth twice a month so that students, faculty, and staff can easily stop by and speak to me. If there's an issue that's bigger than, hello, how are you, great to see you, I will give you a card and then we will connect later. Members of our leadership team will also have sessions in the booth. What's a dean? What's a provost? What's an AVP for enrollment management? What are all of these titles? What do they mean? You can find out once these leaders are in the booth. What is this? It's with the aim of forging a stronger sense of who we are as a community here. And I'm so very proud to announce that the booth was built by our very own students in construction management. So huge thanks to 3 students: Carlos Antonio, Jacqueline Molina, Berber, and Arthur Hauser for their fine work. And thank you, Associate Dean Brad Hyatt, for coordinating, and also Dean Nuna for orchestrating all of this. This past semester, I've had the privilege of sharing lunch and dinner with different student groups in order to hear firsthand about their experiences at Fresno State. There's something about food that opens people up. I want to hear what's going on. These meetings have been enlightening and heartwarming because it's been 23 years since I was a student. So a lot has changed in 23 years. They were revealing, they were heartwarming, they were remarkable in that I was able to see the challenging aspects of our students' current experiences. I'm hopeful that our conversations have lit a small light that is able to pierce through the darkest moments, and that those students will in turn tell other students that there are people listening to them, that there's a professor, that there's a president who is able and willing to listen to what they have to say. With our incredible students in mind, I want to share a brief story with you. During this past holiday season, I met a student group. Everyone was happy, they were boisterous. It was the holiday season after all. However, I noticed one of the students sitting quietly in the back, reserved. I found him after the event was over and asked him if he was doing okay. Are you doing okay? Is everything fine with you? We began walking back to my office across campus, and he shared with me that his father had recently passed away. At that moment, I shared with him the recent loss of my own father and gave him my condolences. A very simple human connection. I went back to my office. I contacted Georgiana Negron Long, and soon after, the student had the information to access the care and support he needed at the Student Health and Counseling Center. He wrote to me a few weeks later to update me and thank me for the time I took to talk with him and for the resources I gave him. This small moment, this sharing of our grief and simple show of support for each other had a profound impact on me. And it's the genesis of the speech that I'm giving to you today. I recognize that we spend time focusing on recruitment and retention of our value students. We do that. But it is the small personal connections, moments between people taking an interest in each other's well-being that can make some of the greatest impacts out there in the community and here within our own community of people, of staff and faculty as well. I have chosen connections as a theme to develop with you today because we must all be even more innovative, more intentional, and more focused as we work collaboratively to ensure that current Fresno State students have the support they need to accomplish their educational goals, and that our up-and-coming future Bulldogs feel excited and glad to have chosen Fresno State. And I'm going to add something else here, totally unscripted. To quote Belinda, it is our new year, our second chance at life, for ourselves as well. All of us together create this sense of belonging that leads to academic excellence. Likewise, faculty and staff thrive when you can also say, sitting right here in this room, I belong to Fresno State, and Fresno State belongs to me. Fresno State exists because we are graduating students at the top of their fields and empowering them to become the best version of themselves on the one hand, but on the other hand, it's also our home. It's our academic home where we become the experts in our field as faculty, where we become the best that we can become as staff members as well. Let me note several specific items of achievement and impact that you have made possible. One of our newest deans, Dr. Elizabeth Loham, leads our College of Social Sciences and has already made a holistic and impactful impression on our students and campus. And Dr. Loham masterfully leads her social scientists to instill in our students a responsibility to further a more just and equitable society. That's what a social scientist does. My focus on Dean Loham is directly connected with the feedback we received from our industry partners. They stated repeatedly, time and time again, that the ideal Fresno State graduate would exemplify a holistic outlook, manifesting solid, critical thinking while creatively connecting the dots with a masterful command of the language in a social context. Indeed, industry leaders seek students who are able to make connections emotionally, intellectually, and socially. And the College of Social Sciences exhibits excellence by one, fostering empathy in our students, which we need greatly in this world, and two, promoting a sense of urgency with respect to changing the world for the greater good. So thank you again for your leadership, Dean Loham. Indeed, along with social sciences, arts and humanities, under the leadership of Dean Honora Chapman, offers the tools our students need to think creatively and make meaningful connections. The exploration of thought through the written and spoken word and the production of art develops a student's personal and social identities. Lastly, I want to highlight some of the impactful ways we're building connections within our own community. We need to know our own self-worth. We had many exciting accomplishments over the past year. I'm really, really glad about that. In September 2022, the Fresno Merced Future of Food Innovation Coalition, or F3, was awarded $65.1 million in federal funding. F3 was the largest grant awarded under the federal $1 billion Build Back Better Regional Challenge. As a key partner, Fresno State will receive more than $7 million with a focus on growing the regional economy, promoting inclusive and equitable recovery, and creating good-paying jobs in industries of the future, such as clean energy, next-generation manufacturing, and biotechnology, of which we are the leaders. The success of this grant and Fresno State's pivotal role was spearheaded by Dean Ram Nuna, who has represented the interest of our students and campus brilliantly. Give him a hand of applause, please. Another campus partnership that benefits our community and region while placing Fresno State on the national stage, notice my focus on the national stage is important, is the MOU signing this past December between Fresno State and the U.S. Army Civil Affairs. For the past decade, Fresno State's Jordan College of Agricultural Sciences and Technology has helped educate military and civil affairs officers to better understand local farming systems in regions of the world where they will deploy, preparing them to identify and address global food insecurity challenges. I want to thank Dr. Bill Arisian for championing this initiative and representing our Jordan College on the national and international stage. And speaking of elevating Fresno State's name on a national level, let's celebrate our talented and passionate student athletes who elevated us to number 24 national ranking in football. Here's looking at you, Terry. The Mountain West Championship game, another win over Boise State, was broadcast nationally on Fox and drew nearly 2 million viewers, the most ever to watch a Mountain West game. In addition, this past football season was a moment of pride for our alumni base and the entire community as Fresno State recorded its highest average attendance since 2005. In a football season that began with great uncertainty, these Bulldogs would not quit and rallied together during tough times. That level of determination and grit was once again demonstrated when the Bulldogs decisively defeated, I'm going to say that again, just for you, Terry, decisively defeated Washington State in the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl in Los Angeles in a game that was viewed by 2.3 million viewers. How do you like that? Get this, combined, the championship and the bowl had 4.3 million viewers who were witnesses to the power of Fresno State's excellence. Let me end by showcasing one more pride point of international coverage for Fresno State. Our Fresno State marching band had a phenomenal performance at the Tournament of Roses parade in Pasadena. They wowed the audience with their energy, engaging music, and Bulldog spirits. I was there and I was like, those are my dogs! Indeed, right after, many presidents and chancellors reached out to me to congratulate me for the Bulldog Marching Band's energized and inspirational performance. Our Bulldog Marching Band, under the leadership of Professor Steve McKeithen, showcased the best of our valley. It's the valley that this is about to the world. These national opportunities for football and Bulldog Marching Band showcase our Fresno State brand and elevate our university and region, driving recruitment, retention, and philanthropy. The more we do that, the stronger we become as a brand. Allow me one last iteration of our theme of connecting with one another. Spring at Fresno State is commencement season, as you all know, a time when our students shine. I would like to honor one of our most well-known soon-to-be graduates, Victory Bulldog III. Victory's power in making connections is truly unmatched. You have Victory, and there's everyone gathering together to take a photo with him. Everyone wants to really, really take a photo with him. This spring, be sure to take a photo with him and say goodbye. I look forward to watching Victory III walk across the graduation stage this spring in his well-deserved retirement with tons of treats and really good dabs. So I hope that everyone will enjoy the abundance and energy and exuberance of Victory Bulldog IV. And here I am trying to contain the energy of Victory IV during our last photo shoot. Yeah, that was the luckiest shot that we had. The other ones were like... So today our theme has been the power of connecting with each other, the power of connections. 10 years from now, what will our current students say about their time at Fresno State? Whom will they thank for the good life they have accomplished for themselves and for their families? A staff member who helped in a time of need? A donor whose good heart made a scholarship possible? A faculty member who believed and had the passion to inspire? The seeds we plant today will grow strong and bear fruit, blossom beautifully, and uplift our region, country, and world. As the power of connecting with others is often overlooked, I today would like to convey my sincere gratitude to each of you here for your talent, your loyalty, and your quality work to Fresno State. Your meaningful connections to each other, that's what it's all about. Our students and our community made the following highlights possible. In 2022, we graduated 6,016 students, with 80% staying in our region to become the leaders we all need. That does deserve an applause. Vice President Johori. 12,715 Fresno State students, faculty, and staff invested more than 1 million hours of community service for the 13th year in a row, demonstrating Fresno State's ethos as a community-engaged university. Another applause for that. That's for you. And 512 Fresno State employees donated during Day of Giving, because you give to yourselves. The more we give to ourselves, the more the stronger the community becomes. These accomplishments are the fruits of your collective effort. I want to take a moment to thank those of you who reached out to me during the holiday season to say you enjoy my family's apple pie recipe. So, everyone wants an apple pie, I know that, but I cannot make an apple pie for all of you. But in this spirit, please save the date for our Employee Appreciation Day, which will be in March, hopefully on Pie Day, and that's P-I. I'm looking at you, Dean Meyer. When I will share pie and Fresno State ice cream with all of you. And of course, I'm sure Dean Meyer is thrilled, and as his mathematicians are, to celebrate Pi 3.1415 with real pie, the pie that you can actually eat, a la mode. I'm going to end with this. As I was driving to the university today, I noticed the Sierra Nevada mountains embracing our valley, with their snow caps gleaming with hope. A hope that permeates our mission to transform the lives of our students and to lead our region to new heights of excellence. I want to thank you, Fresno State, for your heartfelt efforts. And I want to say one more thing. Go Dogs!